Is Sam with us? So I'll bring Sam. You there? You just hanging out? What are you doing?
Yeah, we both are.
Oh, sweet. All right, good. Yeah. I want to play before we get into the game tonight. I want all three of you now can play my little game here. Now I've talked about this on the air before, that there are sometimes I think there are commercials out there, television commercials out there that I think defeat the purpose. Like, we all get the commercial and we all remember the commercial, except we don't know who the advertiser is. You know, like what were they advertising? Like which would make it by default a bad commercial, right? Well, I've got
correct.
I've got one for you. You watched it. You had to have seen it. If you were in front of a television with the sound on, you had to have seen this commercial a ton over the weekend, where there's a guy initially walking into a high-rise building, and on the way there is a little a violinist out there, you know, begging. They look like they're still well off, so I don't want to call it a beggar, but guys are outside the building playing music, you know. And then the guy goes into his elevator. He's got his briefcase on. The elevator goes up, comes back down, and then all of a sudden they're playing Back in Black. And the same, the guy's the violinist is playing Back in Black and all that stuff. And then he gets into his truck and leaves.
You mean the Chevy commercial?
Is that your guess?
Yes.
Do you know the commercial I'm talking about? Either one of you in Dallas?
I have not seen that commercial.
Yeah, here's the deal.
Commercials,
drinking
Fireball.
This was like a year ago. Kara asked me to name like 5 different types of shampoo, and I couldn't name one. So I don't.
Yeah, commercials. No, I just didn't. Whether you do or not, do you know the commercial I'm referring to?
No, I really don't.
Okay, all right. Well, it is Chevy. You got it right. I thought I had at least.
Way to go, Zach! Another dumb theory.
I thought I had all of you fooled.
Jeez.
They're playing Back in Black on the violin.
Oh,
now?
wait a minute. This is that Chevy Colorado commercial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh,
all
you
right.
got it, too?
I got it. Yeah.
Damn it. I thought I had you all fooled. All right. Well, moving on. Sam Mayes and Colby Daniels are with us in Dallas. Funny. Very interesting.
Congrats, guys. That's 3 minutes of your life you can't get back. Welcome to my world.
Thank you.
Very, very interesting. Hey, look. All of you can kiss it, all right? By the way, Colby, what the hell, man? So you come down at 11:10, but not 7:40. That's way too early.
He was down here at 7:40.
Well, then what the hell? How come you didn't come on with Steely and Jesse and Rhodey?
Well, Sam had the headset hooked up, and I was working out getting him on the air. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at you. Well, God bless you. Good work.
CDLS. Come on. We know why he didn't come on with. That's way too early for Colby.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, he has a tough time getting to a 9 a.m. show, guys.
One time I was late in the 9 o'clock slot, and we were on good behavior last night.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the weekend, I can't necessarily say that, but knowing that today was going to be as big a deal as it is, we were as good as we possibly could be.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
All right, let me start by asking this, a serious question. Colby, you and I and Zach, we were at the Final Four this year.
Yes.
In Arlington, North Texas, whatever you want to call it, in that same arena. How does this feel for the college football playoff compare to the Final Four?
It's got to be like eons better.
I'll say this, because we haven't actually been in Arlington this entire weekend. The media hotel and all of the media events that have taken place have all happened in downtown Dallas, so we haven't been around AT&T Stadium, where I'm guessing most of the Oregon and Ohio State fan bases are staying. We've seen some fans around this part of town, but I'm guessing the big majority are staying somewhere close to the stadium. So as far as running into fans and that type of atmosphere, hard to compare with the Final Four, but I will say as far as the events, the way the town is decorated, I mean, this deal is it's like the Super Bowl, guys.
Sam and Colby in Dallas. Tell me, Sam, tell the listeners, and Colby, you can add in too, just the demeanor of both coaches. I found that interesting when you were talking about that this morning, that you've got a lot of confidence on both sides, but is it bordering on cocky on one side?
Well, you know what? both teams extremely confident. And I said this morning. Very familiar with Ohio State football and how they represent themselves in postseason play. It's very rare that their opponent is just as competent as Ohio State is. And Oregon is that way. They're very confident in the way they play football and just the speed and the intensity of that offense. They're confident in their quarterback. They know that they have an opportunity to win this football game just off of what they've accomplished this season. And obviously, they're a little bit elevated after just beating the dog out of Florida State. But their coach is very loose. Their team is very loose. Their confidence is a little less rigid than Ohio State's. Ohio State's is darn near military. I mean, just the way they came in, sat down at the press conference. Urban Meyer, very, very stoic. They talked about the process, the preparation, how they feel about the work they've put in to stop Oregon. I mean, they really, truly believe that their game plan is unbeatable. Ohio State feels like they are the better team in the situation, and they will dominate in this football game.
Yeah, I would kind of echo that. I would say when we talk to the Oregon players and Helfrich on Saturday, they all just kind of have a next man up mentality in regards to Devin Allen and Darren Carrington not playing in this football game. They feel like they're talented from top to bottom on that roster and that anybody can be called at any time and make a big play for them. It's more of a system situation, I think, that they feel like they've got a bunch of athletes in an unbeatable system and they're going to win because of that. Like Sam said, I think they are very loose, and I think they're looking forward to this game. Ohio State on the flip side, it's a confidence, but it borderlines on arrogant. Like he said, it's kind of a military approach. I bet you I heard the word preparation 100 times during Ohio State's 1 hour media session on Saturday. I think that they have an idea of what Oregon's going to do, and that's what they're going to go out and try and stop, or that's what they're going to try to expose. And if Oregon maybe changes a few things up, in my mind, that says you could see something get a little crazy. But I think Ohio State feels like they know what's going to happen. They are prepared for what's going to happen, and they feel like they're going to go get in a fist fight. And if it does turn into that type of game, I got to like their chances.
Sam and Colby in Dallas. Sam, are you? How does this affect you, being from Ohio? Like, how does that tie into your emotions for this game, if at all?
I mean, no doubt. I mean, going up to their 6th national championship. I mean, I'm Buckeye born. I 100% want to see Ohio State get it done. It doesn't necessarily take away from my analysis of the game. As much as I want to see them get it done, I still believe that it's going to be a very close game. The thing that really makes it interesting really is the fact that Oregon runs the ball 58% of the time. I'm kind of curious to know what it's going to be like if they can't do that. And looking at Ohio State's defensive line compared to Oregon's offensive line in the media day the other day, I think they might have some difficulty pushing the Buckeyes around. So I think both teams are going to have to get out of their comfort level a little bit offensively, maybe do some things, change it up a little bit. But I think the coaching staff are going to have a significant impact on this game at halftime. I think the adjustments that are made then will probably win the football game.
Zach and I were just talking, guys. It's a 7-point spread in this one. Oregon's favored. Right this moment it's at 7, which isn't a big surprise. I think we all expect Oregon to be favored with Ohio State on a third-team quarterback, but the over-under on this game is 74 is the total. Do you guys see a shootout? I mean, if we were doing the math, that projects to like a 40-34 type of game. Do you see a shootout score like that, or you think it'll be more of a defensive struggle?
I think it 100% is more of a defensive struggle. I take the under 100%, and I agree with McCrite. You take Urban Meyer and the points any day. The only time I feel like Oregon is insufficient in this football game is when those two coaches are on the same stage together, period. I mean, you take the best mind in football. This guy's not only had injury after injury after injury, but he's played 3 different quarterbacks this year and tailored the offense to each quarterback within a season. He literally is probably the best coach in college football right now. I'll take that coach and the points any day.
Yeah, I think the same. I think it's a really close game. If I'm getting a touchdown either way, I probably feel pretty good about that. As far as the over/under, I think it's a little bit more high scoring than Sam, but I don't think they get to 75. Maybe like 35-31, something like that.
I did not see that. I just saw this tweet come across from SportsCenter. Do you know who played in the first ever NCAA tournament basketball national championship game?
Yeah, Oregon and
Ohio State.
Yeah.
And Oregon won 46-33.
Which is right about what the score is.
Number, yeah.
That's right what I think the score is.
It sounds like a basketball score nowadays. Bunch of no offense playing people.
Okay, don't even get me started on that crap.
Here we go. Sam and Colby down in Dallas. All right, before before we let you go, and I don't want to take away from your show because I know this will be a huge talking point. If it's any sort of semblance as to the reaction that we've been getting the entire show talking about it, then I'm sure it will take up a good portion of your show as well. So I don't want to steal a whole lot. But
your thoughts on the incompletion?
Catch or no catch?
It was 100% a catch. He made a football move after he caught the ball to reach towards the end zone. If you see, I saw a replay this morning that I hadn't seen yet, and where it was from the sideline facing Dez. I would even be curious to know if the ball actually hit the ground. I honestly think the pressure he had on the nose of the ball flipped it up, and then he re-caught it. That's 110% a catch.
Yeah, Colby.
I'll save it.
Ah, Colby. Wait a minute. Sam, you gave enough ammo for Todd to fire back alone, so go ahead.
Let me just tell you guys my unbiased thoughts on the catch, okay? You ready for this?
Yes.
It was awesome. I loved it. So great. And it's incomplete. It was. It still is.
Wait a minute. Yeah,
and
he
Green's still playing.
Yeah, he's being serious.
It was incomplete. According to the rules, it's incomplete. It's a stupid rule.
He made a football move.
You can't make a football move when you're falling to the ground. It says that in the rules. If you go to the ground, you have to retain possession. The ball can't hit the ground. And it did.
But, Sam told you. He said he saw another replay that may not have hit
the ball hit the ground.
No, I'd be curious.
The ball hit the ground. It was in the side. His hand was on the side of it. The ball hit the ground and popped it up.
I think his wrist hit the ground.
No.
Lisenbee, I'm telling you right now, I will never do radio with you ever again in person.
Period.
Because you make me want to hit you so bad all the time.
I knew if we could get this going.
Like every morning I listen to you, you leave me thinking I need to assault Todd today.
But you know what though? You listen.
All right, guys. Before it goes any further, we will tease that coming up at 3:00, you will hear Colby Daniels' side of the catch.
I'm sure unbiased as well. Colby Daniels' side.
Oh, see, here you go. All right, see you guys later. Thanks for all the coverage down there.
Fellas.
Good job.
See you guys.
All right, man. Sam and Colby.